crashing, right? And then like you miss a simple box out, that becomes a much
All right, looks like we're live. What's going on? Time for the NBA draft. what a night it is. Got so many tweets to send out right now. Waiting on some more Vendetta people to potentially come in here. Was just able to get the stream started in time before we got to the what you call it. You know what? What I'm gonna do here. Let's get ESPN up, and then we can go to the draft tab. So that way, let's go draft, and we can do a little bit of see all the video games that I play in my spare time. Try to get this to where, there we go. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Should I got this set up beforehand? Let me grab the edges. My gosh. Why does it not let me grab the edges? There we go. This way we can kind of see everything that's... Son of a... Okay, there we go. There we go. Sweet. We got it up. We're just waiting on some Vendetta folk to get in here. Gonna send some tweets out. See how everything goes. NBA draft, baby. Is Jabari gonna go first? That's my thing. It's like Jabari has been like the projected #1 pick this whole time, it feels like. And yet all of a sudden, like just a few hours before the draft, the betting odds just drastically shifted. Wow, the first pick's already in? Or no, is this just the commish saying, hey, they're on the clock now? Speaking of the WNBA, let me take a moment to recognize that today is the 50th anniversary of the enactment of Title IX, a historic law that increased access to women's sports. Okay, yeah. I guess they're just officially on the clock. No spoilers unless there's a major trade, yeah. I feel like there's something I needed to write. I still need to freaking send out. Copy link. Go send this tweet out. Following a highly competitive regular season and a hard-fought finals, let me congratulate the Golden State Warriors on winning their 4th championship. Oh, Golden State. Congratulating Golden State. There's Warriors fans there. The Warriors do have a pick, don't they? I think they, what is it, 26th? Golly, they win the chip and they get the 26th pick. That's crazy. But I know it's all about regular season, where you ended at the regular season. Come on, let me paste it. There we go. There we go. Trade proposals for DeJounte Murray are awful. Okay. Man, I'm excited, especially as a Grizz fan, to see what tonight holds. It's talking about COVID now. Just can we get to the draft, please, man? Let's get to the draft. All right, we get it, Adam Silver. We get it. It's great to be back. Let's look. Come on, I want to see what's going on. I want to know who's getting picked. I want to know what trades are going down. I need to know these things.
The first pick in the 2022 NBA draft belongs to the Orlando Magic.
I thought he was about to say it.
Make their selection.
All right, Magic officially on the clock.
That's the Orlando Magic fans who are just waiting to see who their team will pick
I mean,
overall. Just a reminder, they're the Magic.
I don't know. I don't know who it's gonna be.
They've thrilled audiences for decades when holding the #1 pick.
Let's see here.
In their fourth year as a franchise, they had Shaquille O'Neal, 1993 rookie.
Good old Shaq.
First overall. And then a year later, 94, you all remember this, a little switcheroo, selecting Chris Webber, swapping him for Penny Hardaway. And then 11 years later, Orlando, they were at it again.
Like,
Pick. You're sensing a little bit
does Banchero go? Banchero? Paolo Banchero? Am I saying his name correctly? I'm terrible with names. I gotta hear him a couple times. A lot more than a couple times, actually, to understand what's happening.
on another finals run in 2009. And Orlando again with the chance to pick #1 overall. Before we dissect who could be that #1.
Okay, so I'm like officially like I'm 30 seconds behind, I think, from here to here. So when that gets closer to 0, I just gotta make sure to stay focused. Looking this direction to make sure that nothing is spoiled for me. And I've got Twitter notifications on from Woj, but you know, I just look down and I keep my eyes kind of to the left, so that way. Boncaro, that's how you say it. Okay, not Bonchero, Boncaro. Okay.
Wow, all right. Paolo Banchero out of Duke.
What's up, Matt? How you doing, man?
One pick, but Woj, one of the interesting things about this draft
What's up?
is just how much talent there is.
It's just me in here right now.
Asking this question of the Orlando Magic. Hey, Magic,
More will maybe join later.
who will you be
We'll see.
Might it
Matt, who do you think goes first?
Zaga's
Who do you think?
Holmgren
You tell me.
could take? He's a rim protector. He has perimeter skills. And here's the thing, don't let his frame
What does suck is
fool you. That is
Boncaro. Yeah, I think so too.
the Auburn's Jabari Smith.
It's so weird because it's been Jabari has been like for over a week. It feels like he's been like, that's the guy. Woj even tweeted this morning. His first tweet of the day, it felt like, was, hey, Jabari Smith, he's going first overall. It's pretty set. The whole first 4 is pretty set, and here's the order that it goes in. And then in the middle of the day, the betting odds just drastically shifted in Banchero's favor. And then, like, a couple hours later after that, Woj was like, oh, yeah, look, it's probably going to be him to be the #1 overall pick. And it's like, first off, I want to know, like, this is a question I've always wanted to know. Is there anything nefarious and illegal going on when the sportsbook in Vegas all of a sudden knows? What? Yeah, stay in the call. What does that mean? Of course I'm staying in the call. Goodness gracious. I got people that are going to be joining me soon. But all of a sudden, yeah, it's like, what are the insiders that Vegas has? Okay, so the pick is in, it says. I saw green over here, so it probably tells me who's in. Adam Silver's coming in. Yeah, Boncaro. Okay.
With the first pick in the 2000
Yeah, dude, I wish I knew too.
draft, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero from Duke University.
Duke University. Paolo Banchero. First overall pick of the 2022 NBA draft. So I guess that means Chet is going to OKC. Like, I feel like that's pretty official from everything that I've seen, the way that even, like, Chet has interacted with, like, Shea on social media and everything. I feel like that's pretty telling to what's going to happen. I think it's got to be Chet, #2. ESPN is saying best fit is Sharp as his best fit. They could get Sharp further down the draft. They could probably get Sharp at 12 if they wanted him to. Take Chet here and just go with Sharp with your second pick.
20-plus
Frenzy's line.
and 10-plus rebounds in a
Yeah,
game.
that is strange that Chet wasn't considered in there, but I guess just whatever the information was that Vegas had, they knew that Chet wasn't going to go 1 overall. It was either going to be, I guess, Jabari or Bancaro, whatever, however you say his name. Listen, it took me like 5 years to learn how to say Giannis's name, so, you know. And I still don't think, like, I'm a Dolphins fan, so it's like I don't even think I say Tua's last name correctly. So, you know, you just find the one name and you just call him that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. But yeah, I guess just whatever the information that they had. Yeah, I don't I don't know what Orlando is currently trying to do with their roster. I feel like they puzzle me year in and year out. Orlando puzzles me. They comparing him to Ben Simmons. All right, I just saw that Woj tweeted who the pick was. Here's another like question that I have that I want to know. Is Woj up there himself tweeting that? Like he's on the, like, I get it, he's on the job, and I know he's like tweeted stuff out before, like ESPN during like the trades and everything, but he's just like legitimately sitting up there with Kendrick and Michaela Andrews and all of them, and is just straight up just like on his phones, like his 3 phones that he has going on at once from all of his insiders from OKC, and it's like, hey, this is who they're rocking with, and then tweets it out, you know, like 2 minutes left beforehand. Man, screw getting the call like from your agent, or your agent getting the call from the team, then handing the phone off to you. Just put your phone on your desk and turn off every single other notification except for Woj, and then boom, you can just see who's coming down the list and see if your name gets called. That way there's no like extra anticipation. Well, which, I mean, I guess if you didn't get the call beforehand, then you know you're not getting picked.
What did your experience as a Blue Devil teach you? Taught me a lot, you know. Coach K, he really taught me, you know, how to really be a man, you know. Just being away from home.
All your Twitter notifications. I only have Woj on just in case there's a trade. And it's not like I'm like actively looking down at my phone. And like I said, my strategy is to just really focus on the left side. So that way I just see, like, I just saw like OKC selects or whatever, you know. That way it's like if the pick is in and everything, then it's like, oh, you know, I didn't really see it. But then, you know, there's always that risk of seeing a dumb pick or it's slipping. It is what it is, though. It's just my strategy that I rock with. It's not a perfect strategy, but all right, I feel like this has got to be Chet. All right, Matt, thanks for dropping by, man. Yeah, I hope that others from Vendetta will join. It's more fun when there's more people. Too bad the Jimmer Range boys couldn't be here tonight. All right, we get it. Let's get to the pick. Let's get to the pick. Let's see here.
Their pick is in. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is here to let us know who they picked.
All right, here we go. Okay, yep, it was Chet.
With the second pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga.
All right. Yep, Chet, number 2. Chet is now an OKC Thunder. Man, their size. Chet and Poku. Poku.
Chet Holmgren headed to Oklahoma City. You can see him sharing a moment there with his parents. The term unicorn, it's thrown around often, but
I remember when this dude was in high school. Like, I remember some of the, like, oh my gosh, look at this dude. Look how tall he is. It's crazy. Look at his handles for his height. It's weird. It's a weird age to live in. Seeing all that. It's like with Zion, you know. You saw Zion when he was like 15, 16 years old. And it was just constant waiting and anticipation for him to get to the NBA. 7 feet, 7'6" wingspan. My goodness. I think it's a good move for OKC. I think Chet will work well with them. It's going to be fun to see him out there with Shea and his playmaking ability, and especially whatever OKC does with the 12th pick. Let's see what they decide to go out and do and get. Is it the 12th pick? I think it's the 12th pick. Let me look and see. Let me see. NBA draft order. NBA draft order. No, we don't want to watch a live stream. Get out of here. Go to NBA.com. The draft order. Oh, wow. They're updating it, too. That's pretty good. So, yeah. They're 12th. I thought they had one more. Or is it just the 2? That one doesn't belong to them anymore. That's right. It belongs to Denver. They're comparing Chet to Giannis. These are some interesting comparisons.
Absolutely, and look, you can see him shaking hands there with Commissioner Adam Silver.
I like Chet, though. I like Chet. I like him as a player, like him as a prospect.
Jabari's reaction here. He thought maybe he'd hear his name called. Don't worry, young man, your time is coming. Might it be Houston that picks them because they are on the clock now? Now the Houston Rockets.
Now here's something interesting. Does Houston go with Jabari now because they traded away Christian Wood? And they already have a couple of like scoring guards, combo guards. Jalen Green and Chet's going to be a bust. I mean, he's in a good spot, I think, because he's not going to ask to be the guy. The guy in OKC is Shea right now. And I think it also just kind of depends what other piece are they going to get at 12. I really want to see that. And Chet's young, man. He's only, what, 19 years old? He's a one-and-done freshman. Just, all he really needs to do is just put some meat on his bones. Like, that's it. Just put on a little bit of muscle. And I think he'll be decent enough. We'll see. It's hard to say right now. But I like Chet, like I said. But again, my big question, does Houston go Jabari? Because they moved off of Christian Wood, and they already have a couple of young guards to build on. So do they go Jabari? Do they go a bit big here? Replace Christian Wood. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm curious. Let me mess around with this a little bit. Does it show, like, best available? Yeah, okay. I feel like it's got to be Jabari. That's my gut feeling right now. Draftcast, rounds. Yeah, okay. So I feel like it's got to be Jabari. And then Jaden Ivey. Maybe to the Kings. Yeah, I think they'll pick Jabari too. I feel like just kind of looking at like the next 3 picks, so rounding out the top 5. Let's see, best available. Let's look at this. I feel like Jaden Ivey might go to the Kings, just because, you know, they moved off of Halliburton before the trade deadline this past year, and then 5. Who do the Pistons go with? Do they go Keegan Murray at 5? Go Keegan Murray at 5, maybe? It would make sense because, well, they got a guard last year in Connington. And, aha, it was Jabari Smith. The pick is in. When they say the pick is in, that's when I go ahead and look, because I'm like 30 seconds behind. So that means that the pick had actually already been announced and it's out there in the wild. So it was Jabari Smith. All right.
The Houston Rockets select Jabari Smith Jr. from Auburn University.
All right. Going to Houston. Yeah, so I think next to the Kings, it's got to be Jaden Ivey. But this is one that could be traded. This is one that a lot of talk around trades was going on. Although it's not like the NFL. The NFL, what, do they get like 10 minutes per pick? That's crazy to me. I like the NBA draft a little bit better. It seems to go by a little bit quicker. I think it's got to be Jaden Ivey, and I feel like it's too easy to just like go down the list, like Jaden Ivey at 4 and then Keegan Murray at 5, but I don't know. Or do the Kings decide to go Keegan Murray to replace? But they've got Sabonis though. Unless like you're wanting to run like Keegan Murray and Domantas Sabonis, or unless you can slide Keegan Murray down to the 3, could. Yeah, he could play the small forward spot. He could play the 3. I think. So, wonder where SoCan will go. Ah, that is interesting. SoCan. I do like SoCan a lot as a defensive prospect. I'm a big sucker for defensive prospects. So I kind of value them a bit higher than I probably should. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting because, like, I think before SoCan goes, you got to have AJ Griffin go off the board. Got to have Benedict, good old Benedict, up here go. More than likely. I really like Johnny Davis too. That's another prospect I like. Jang may go too, or he may fall. I don't know. You see, it's really once we get out of these first 5, that's where things really start to get interesting. Once we get past, which I mean really past these first 4. Well, I don't know. First 5, if it's Murray here, then Jaden Ivey goes 5. And if it's Ivy here, then Murray goes 5. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're the next 2 off the board. And I guess they could go either way. Just the problem is that one of them is going to have to end up in Sacramento. And that's the saddest part about this draft. That's the saddest part about every draft every year. Someone has to go to Sacramento and potentially play at least 4 years, more than likely, and then become a restricted free agent, to where they could potentially have an offer and it get matched, and they could be stuck there for even longer. That's the saddest part about every draft. It really is.
There were a number of trade discussions with Sacramento and down in the lottery, but Keegan Murray is their focus. And now suddenly, Detroit perhaps has the opportunity to select Jaden Ivey.
Okay, so Woj is saying that the focus right now is Keegan Murray. Okay. And then Ivy will be 5. Okay. Yeah, dude. And see, what's the crazy part is like, for the better part of my life, so like late 90s and then early mid 2000s, the Kings were good. They had a good roster. They had good teams. They made runs. It's really just been like the last decade. Maybe a little bit more than a decade. How long has how long has Boogie been in the league? I feel like he hasn't actually been in the league that long, relatively speaking. But okay, so it's going to be Murray, and then it's more than likely going to be Ivy. Okay. So we pretty much got the first 5 figured out. Now the fun begins. Shout out Pistons fans, though. Piston fans, getting Ivy at 5 is fantastic. Besides, they need a little bit of a pick-me-up after that. Keegan Murray, yeah, I saw it up there too. So Keegan Murray goes 4. Ivy's going to go 5. Do we even have to wait the full 5 minutes? Just, like, the Pistons, as soon as Woj said that, just write it down, like, real quick, like, have someone, like, ready there, and then just write it down as soon as that name gets called, and run it to Adam Silver. Like, don't even let Adam Silver get off the stage. Like, by the time Jabari Smith, by the time Keegan Murray gets up there onto the stage, whoever the intern is that goes to give that card to Adam Silver should already be out there ready to hand him the card right now. He has an identical twin brother? Oh, that's funny. Imagine if they switch spots. Like, hey, you go play in the NBA for a couple games, you know? Just, no one's going to notice. No one's going to notice. You go play for me for a little bit, you know, just be all right. That'd be really funny. Okay. So who's next? Who's got 6? The Pacers. Gosh, I do not know about the Pacers, man. It literally could be anybody. Literally could be anybody with the Pacers. Would they go with a forward? Would they go Sharp? I feel like they would go wing. That's the gut feeling for Indiana, that they go with a wing. Maybe someone jumps up like a... Maybe they grab like Johnny Davis or something. Well, then see, the thing is they that would be hella funny. Yeah. Maybe not Dyson Daniels. They've got Brogdon. They just traded for Halliburton. Yeah. I got some Detroit fans as friends. I'm sure they are ecstatic right now. Jaden Ivey gonna be in Detroit. Detroit's low key, like, they're drafting themselves a squad. They just need to land free agents. They just need to do a better job at landing free agents. Which, I mean, I don't blame free agents for not wanting to move to Detroit. That city's kind of gone down the tubes over the past 30 years. So, but I mean, as a basketball town, it's a good basketball town. Lots of history there. And it, you know, they've got the rumors that they may be going after DeAndre Ayton, which, you know, they may have to do a sign and trade. I don't know, because he's going to be a restricted free agent. Unless they wanted to wait a year and Ayton just decided to sign the qualifying offer that would be extended to him by Phoenix. But I don't remember a #1 overall pick ever doing that. That'd be crazy. So we know it's Jaden Ivey. Okay, we know it's Jaden Ivey right now. I haven't even looked at my phone. It's not up here yet on the screen. They're not really talking about it right now, but they're talking about Cade right now.
Detroit, they're still trying to figure out how to crack the
What do the Pacers do at 6?
Dominating, the Brooklyn Nets are hopeful. But let's take a look at exactly where
I
the Detroit Pistons are now. So Kate Cunningham,
honestly don't know. This is where it gets
but less than
100% Ivy here. Yeah, 100%. I agree. 100%. 100%. And hey, that's an excellent pickup for Detroit. Detroit's gonna be fun next year to watch. They're gonna be one of those teams that is like almost like a can't miss. Like if you've got League Pass or something, if you got a way to watch Detroit games, and it's like, you know, if your team is not on that night at all, or if like your game is before the Detroit game or comes after the Detroit game, or you want to watch like a little bit of the Detroit game, Detroit's going to be a team to watch next year, just for the acquisition of Jaden Ivey, and if they can go out and get Ayton too. If they can get Ayton, then they're building something up in Detroit. And the East is wide open, man. It's crazy how open the Eastern Conference is. So they could easily, they could probably. Does Ivy and Ayton make them a play-in team? I don't know, because it's the rest of the roster that I worry about. I got to stop before I get too ahead of myself here, before I fall too much in love. Mm. Oh. Hey, the Sadiq Bey. I totally forgot about Sadiq Bey. I like Sadiq Bey coming out of last year's draft. Didn't he have like a 51-point game? The final game of the season is the most random 50 piece. 40. It was like 41 or 51. It was something crazy like that. Sadiq Bey just went off. And it's like last game of the season. It's whatever, man. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Trying to see the Vendetta Slack.
I think that might make a little bit of sense in Detroit. Detroit basketball. All right.
Gut instinct is that for the next pick, for the Pacers, they go with a wing. But the question is, like, what kind of wing do they go with here? Do they go with Benny here? Good old Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange. I don't know. It feels like a wing. It feels like Sharp. I don't know. I feel like it could be, but like I know Sharp has been falling sharply. Pun intended. 100%. Sorry about that. I know Sharp has been kind of falling a little bit on a lot of mocks, so it may not be him. Could be Benedict here. Dyson Daniels, no. 6'6" point guard. Okay. AJ Griffin is a dude I like. Honestly, now there's been a lot of talk that my Memphis Grizzlies, could move up to number 11. And if AJ Griffin was there at number 11, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad. Although Tari Eason is kind of the guy that I would really like, and it's a fairly realistic get. And then, of course, Sokan here. Also, it's going to be an interesting group right there here. There's obviously going to be people that jump way up there. Jovic, he may go 30th overall. Man, I need more drink. Running low. We're 5-6 picks in, and I'm almost out of drink. Man. Man, I wish the Grizzlies could have jumped up to get Ivy. There was a lot of talk about that 4th pick. And Memphis was name dropped as one of those teams. That would have been insane. That would have been unfair. Ivy is just uber athletic. See, they're saying a John Morant comparison, but Ivy's more of a combo guard than he is a point guard. Jaw's more of a true point guard. Like, they're both obviously super athletic. I'm loving all the Jaw highlights, by the way. Here's my question, though. For all the dudes in this draft that were compared to Chris Middleton, how many Chris Middleton highlights do we get tonight? That's what I want to know. How many Chris Middleton highlights do we get because of, like, the 6 or 7 dudes in this draft where it was like, oh, NBA comp, Chris Middleton. Excellent pick. Excellent pick, though, at 5. That was a layup pick. I thought Ivy would have gone to Sacktown, but you know what? I'm happy he didn't. That's the biggest thing I'm happy about. If anything, that's a W for the draft. As a W for all draft lovers, is that Jaden Ivey did not go to Sacramento. Watch him waste away a little bit. And Sacramento just ruin him. I know there's some Sacramento fans out there maybe, but sorry. Okay. It says the pick is in up there. I see it. I'm trying to focus on my screen over here where the draft is coming through. Dude, Detroit saved him 100%. Like I said, that's the happiest so far. Until I see what the Grizzlies are going to do tonight, even if they stay put at 22 and 29, that is the happiest I will be up until I see that happening. Or if I really see potentially reachable prospects that start going off the board, that's when I'll start to be kind of upset. Oh, my co-host in the background. See, the pick is in. Once I see the commissioner, okay. It was Benedict. Okay. Okay.
The Indiana Pacers select Benedict Mathurin from Montreal.
Big Ben, yes sir. Hey, good for him. Ooh, what does Portland do next? What does Portland do next? What does Portland do? Let me think on this for a second. I'm out of drink now, so there's no point in keeping it up here. It's just in the way. What do we think? What do we think about the Trailblazers at 7? This was another potential big trade. Now, here's the thing: if OG Anunoby, because there was some rumors today going around that the number 7 pick could be in play to go to Toronto for OG Anunoby. And if I was Toronto, I would do that. I'd do that deal in a heartbeat. Okay. Now Anunoby, great player, but the 7th pick in the draft, you do that all day.
Well, he's a shot creator and a shot maker. Shot 37% from 3. His true shooting percentage was over 57%.
See DraftCast. ESPN is saying Sharp is the best. Blazers taking Duren? Maybe. Like, that would mean that they'd be moving off of Nurkic, I think. See, they just made the trade for Jeremy Grant. They really didn't give up much of anything. I'm trying to think of the roster right now. Yeah, Anthony Simmons, who will be coming back off of injury, who got hot all of a sudden last year. Felt like him and DeSumo were just like the 2 players that just popped off out of nowhere last year. And I guess you could say Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole kind of popped up out of nowhere. I swear, Jordan Poole was the worst basketball player in the NBA, in the entire association for a few years. And then all of a sudden, he just started hitting threes and making all of his shots. It was crazy. The turnaround was crazy. They could go Duren. I don't know. If they go big, I feel like it would be Duran, yes, because he's the best big man available. That would also mean they would be moving off of Nurkic, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Oops. Oh, we got a commercial break now. First commercial break of the night. Man, by this time, the NFL already had like 6 breaks. They were taking like a 2-minute break in between like every other pick. That's crazy.
What's up? This is Jaden Ivey, and this is my first connection.
I feel like Sharp is going to fall, so I don't think it would be him.
So I definitely stay connected with my mom.
Let's see, it wouldn't be Johnny Davis?
That Title IX afforded my mom
Wisconsin?
as a player and then as a coach. Provided me with the
Maybe?
background to where I fell in love with this game.
I mean, Duran's not a bad pick. Let me rephrase that. I love Duran. I want him to stay in Memphis, play college in Memphis. I would love nothing more than for him to not have to pack his bags and leave the city. If he's packing his bags, it's because he's moving into a house. He probably still lives in a house, but you know what I'm saying. Upgrade his house because he gets paid big money. But maybe they jump. No, AJ Griffin, I don't think would be there. Jang. Would they go Malachi? Malachi Branham? I don't know. I feel like. It says 10 seconds on the clock. I'm a lot further behind than what I thought I was. I'm like 2 minutes behind now. What the heck? For the pick being in. I still got 1:45 left on my broadcast. Sheesh, I'm behind. I guess we'll find out soon then. Like this is honestly like a pick where I have no idea. Gut feeling, it would be someone like they would get another wing player, I would say. So it'd be someone like Johnny Davis or Jalen Duran, like you said. Wizzy. I don't know. We'll find out here soon. After this Disney Cruise commercial gets off my screen. Yes, it is a Disney commercial. Disney Cruise. I've been on Disney Cruise one time forever ago. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Unfortunately not sponsored by Disney. Here. Okay, I don't care about these commercials. Man, just give me the picks. We got a lot of room, we got a lot of teams left to go through here. Okay, like look at this. Look at this. Look at all these teams we got to go through. Then we got round 2 after that. I probably won't stick around for round 2. Okay, it was Sharp. Okay. I would have thought he would have fallen a bit further.
NBA draft. The Portland Trailblazers select Shaedon Sharp from London, Ontario,
Yeah.
and the University of Kentucky.
Shaedon Sharp. Wow. I would have thought he would have fallen. See, he was like the fall guy. Fall guy, I guess. Can you say, is that the right? I felt like he was the dude that was going to fall. If a projected top pick was going to fall outside of the top 10, even outside of the lottery, as someone that was, whose name was up there really high, it felt like for the longest time. Another Canadian in the league. A. Okay. Ooh, what does New Orleans do? Ooh. New Orleans pick at 8 is juicy. Imagine if they take Duran. Oh my gosh. If Duran doesn't go here, he goes 9 to San Antonio. They may go point guard, actually. They may go with Daniels. They may go with Dyson Daniels. They need a point guard. They desperately need a point guard. Maybe that's what they do. Jalen Duren, though, would be nasty. Wake up in 5, rip your... Hey, it happens, man. My sleep schedule is going to be messed up tonight as well. Once I get done with here, I got a deadline I got to meet tomorrow for my job, so... Oof. Hey, what's up, Carl? Shout out Carl Heiser. One half of the Jimmer range. Mock is looking real good right now. Love to see it. Love to see it. If you mean that. It could be sarcastic. I don't know. But... I feel like it's got a... It could be Daniels here. Dyson Daniels. From the Ignite. Oh, itchy nose.
I can't wait to see him play in Portland. So I mentioned that he's from London, but not London, England, London, Ontario. So that means
Multiple Canadian-born players drafted in the same lottery since 1985. Yeah, Matherin and Sharp, both from Canada. Just waiting for SoCan. You're dipping. Where would SoCan go with the way that this has all been happening? I feel like he goes right in here, in between 13 through 17. If he falls to 17, that's crazy. Because I think he's better than that. If he goes before 13, I could see maybe 12, but I don't know. Do something, move up. I know Zach Kleiman is on the phones right now. That man is a menace to society. So can't go in 12. Yeah. Which that would be another excellent pick for the Thunder. Man, SoCan and Lou Dort on the same team. Defensive wall there. Good luck scoring on OKC. OKC is going to go heavily in on defense. They got 73 dropped on them and are just like, never again. Never again. Realistic goals again for the Grizzlies. I think Tari Eason would be fantastic for them to grab, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to have to move up, obviously. There ain't no way he's going to be hanging around at 22 for them to grab. Still, though, I think 11 and then, strictly talking Grizzlies here, 11 and 14 are kind of like their two places that they can move up. They can move up to. Okay, the pick is in. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be?
Well, if they want a big guy, Jalen Duren of Memphis is the next guy I would have on the board. You know, if you're looking for a shot blocker, Mark Williams.
We're talking about Duren. Again, if Duren doesn't go here, he's got to go to New Orleans. That's got to be the place that he goes to. And if Duren drops any more, then Kleiman, what are you doing? Get on the phone. Get on the phone with the Wizards and the Knicks. Here we go. Here comes the pick. I'm going to listen to it.
With the 8th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select...
It is Dyson Daniels. Makes sense. They need a point guard.
The NBA Global Academy in Australia and the NBA G League's Team Ignite.
Yeah, they need a point guard. So, does he start though? Yeah, he probably does. But they do need a true ball handler on their roster. Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, this has got to be Duren. This has got to be Jalen Duren. Absolutely, 100% right here. 100% has to be Jalen Duren here. I literally do not think it's anyone else other than Jalen Duren.
Night in assists and steals. What exactly are we going to see from him in the NBA?
Well, you mentioned it. He's an NBA ready.
Carl, look at you go, man. Look at you go.
He can handle it. He rebounds at a high rate at 17 rebounds in a G League game earlier this season.
And this 100% has to be Duren.
His matchup, he held his matchup to
Carl is saying Davis at 10. Johnny Davis at 10 to the Wizards. Okay. And then Griffin 11 to the Knicks. Sokan 12 to OKC. And Carl knows his stuff. That's why he's one of the best. Happy we have him here at Vendetta.
He's not focused on offense because he's such a good team player, but I think he's a good offensive player. He's just not a
I can't wait to see what your
to score and looking to score all the time, but
what like your score is, Carl, at the end of this draft.
Offensive standoff between him and Jose Alvarado in the gym. Like, I want to see that go down, Big Perk.
And actually in Herb Jones. And again, look, they're loading up at the wing.
All right, so 100% Jalen Duren. I think this is a slam dunk of a pick. It's exactly who the Spurs need. They finally don't have to roll out Jakob out there to get yammed on. So, shout out Chick, because it's probably going to be Duren next,
Trust the process. Don't
more than likely.
process. But I mentioned that this was sort of a different path that we're seeing more and more guys take, going through the G League in order to get to the NBA now. So in the last 2 years, we've seen a couple of top 10 guys be drafted through the G League Ignite. Your guy Jalen Green, NBA champion, put some respect on his name, Jonathan Kuminga, and then now Dyson Daniels. Jeff.
Okay.
well, the G League Ignite is a little bit different than the G League overall. These young prospects
Fixing up a few things over here. There we go.
choices to make. And the idea that you
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long night tonight. I need more people in here to talk to. I need more Vendetta people in here so I can step away for a second.
I still think college is the best way to go, but with Overtime Elite, the G League Ignite, there are other options for development.
So, I
and
mean, it's Duren here.
it works. I mean, we're seeing guys getting drafted.
Then,
We'll see how they do in the
potentially,
NBA. You mentioned
according to our draft expert, Carl Heiser, shout out Carl Heiser,
very early, but we're gonna see
it
how this
is
goes. It just gives
Davis 10, Griffin 11,
option to develop
Sokan at 12.
Well, Jonathan Kuminga in particular, it was in part the
Again, a lack of trades so far. I know we're only going into 9 picks in, but it always feels that way. It always feels that way. Now, I was like kind of thinking this to myself earlier, is that every single year for the draft, there's all these rumors that heat up, like the day before, maybe 2 days before, and the day of. And it's like, ooh, we could see some fireworks tonight. It looks like there could be a lot of movement and everything. And then we get to the draft, and it's just silent. Like it is right now. It was like, oh, you know, Portland could trade 7. You know, number 4 could be in play. You know, this and that. You know, and like I said, we're only 9 picks in.
which is a great
But
point. But the G League, I think the outsiders used to be seen as an insult, and it's not. It's an option. And the development option.
but it's got to be Duren right here, right?
Only option. College is a great one, especially now with NIL opportunities, and Overtime Elite is a good one. But we're seeing the G League starting to.
It's got to be Duren, right?
Out of that right into the top of the draft.
Well, and development used to literally be in the name, in the title of the league. It's what it does. It's what we want to kind of continue to see those guys. Perk, you actually.
I see Woj just tweeting things out. I'm not looking right now. I am not looking right now.
NBA scouts are able to watch guys in the G League a little bit more, right?
It's got to be Duren.
And go to games a little bit
If it's not, then that is going to be insane.
to the game.
It is going to be insane. It's got to be.
And I think that's a great thing too for a lot of guys that's going to the G League out of high school.
Well, we're going to maybe see a couple more guys, especially over the next couple of years, take that path through the G League to the NBA. While we've been chatting, the San Antonio Spurs, they have been on
Let's
the
see
clock.
it. Come on.
DeJounte Murray, he's had an incredible year. I mean, 21.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, 9.2 assists. By the way, all of those Kendrick Perkins are career highs. He led the NBA. I didn't know this. He led
Also, the Spurs
NBA
should not trade
138
DeJounte.
steals
unless they get a massive haul for him. I think it even said like today, it's like they need a Drew Holiday-sized haul for him.
You know what? I'm gonna stay with the big, right?
Big Perk's gonna stay
I'm
with
gonna
the
stay
big.
with the big
Shocking.
because here's why. When you look at when you have a point
Come
guard
on.
like Murray, that's willing to
Make
not
Duran
only
a Spur.
create for himself, but
I would
create
Loki
others.
would kind of like hate that just because Memphis would have to face him 4 times a year, potentially more, if the two ever meet in the playoffs.
That when you get beat off the dribble, he's gonna be there to protect the rim and have your back.
Because they're in the same conference, they're in the same division, so that's 4 games a year
Maybe I'm the only one who thinks this is funny. Perk,
battling
what's
against
your middle name?
Jaron and Steven Adams.
His middle name is essentially Little. Big Little Perkins. Like, that's just say it.
Come on, show me the pick.
I don't think
Show
it's a
me
play
the
because
pick.
who is in
Show
play for the
me
San
the pick.
Antonio
Show me the
Spurs?
pick. Says the pick is in. What is taking so long?
Perk loves those.
Come on now. It says that the pick is in. Gosh, I wish Chick was here right now, dude. I need him here. This is his team. He's got 3 picks. Yo, Wizzy, don't tell me. Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me. I see you. I see that you said, oh my. Oh, don't tell me. I'm not looking at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm not looking at it. I got the chat over here. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it.
And one of the things that I've said, I'm going to sound like a broken record by
Listen, I like Malika Andrews, but please give me the pick.
draft, Jay, on
What is Adam Silver doing? Is he still sick with COVID?
higher than what we're seeing now, correct?
Absolutely. I think another
I'm not looking at the chat.
You're looking at a bunch of different guys that have different
I'm not looking at the chat.
So if you're looking for a big guy
Jay Bayless is best available as AJ Griffin? Really?
but I'd still go with the best available player, no matter who.
And you
Yeah, don't tell me, Wizzy. Don't tell me, man. Don't tell me, man. If you know it, don't tell me.
there's so many, but we get to find out who it is. The pick is in. and
Here we go.
Commissioner Adam Silver is here to tell us who it is.
With the 9th pick in the 2022 NBA draft,
Who is it?
the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sohan
What?
from Milton Keynes,
Oh my
England,
gosh.
and Baylor.
What? There it is. There's the first surprise of the night. Jalen Duran. He didn't get picked. First off, Wizzy, you can go to bed now, bro. Your boy SoCan got picked. What? What? Wow. Wow.
Story is unique. Both of his parents, they played Division II college basketball in
Oh my
Oklahoma.
gosh.
Grew up in England. His late father Ryan Williams played
I can't believe that.
Sohan's mother
I gotta know what Chick's feeling.
citizenship, so that allowed him to play for the Polish national team. And then at Baylor,
I gotta message Chick.
he was known for his different, unique hair colors. He contemplated which one he was going with for the draft for a little bit, but I like the blonde that he ended up with. He's the second
Reach, Tari Eason, clear, SoCan, I fear. Hey, I like Terry Eason. I really do. SoCan's good. I know a lot of people love SoCan, which is why Carl, when in our mock when I traded up, I went. Not as bad as the Josh Primo pick. Yeah, but wow, that's insane.
Another one of these big sort of wings,
Is Duran gonna slip out of the top 10?
7-foot wingspan.
If he's there at 11, like, come on, Memphis. Like, come on.
And he held his
Wow. So does Washington stick with Johnny Davis?
shooting when he was guarding him. So he's got a great frame, a long reach.
'Cause I feel like Duran being there is.
Obviously, north-south. He's got active hands, gets steals.
Oh, you love, and you're half Polish. Hey, man,
And Scott Drew at Baylor used him
appreciate
as
you
a
being
point
here.
guard at times late in the
Shout out to
season.
you.
An active rebounder,
I didn't know that he was half Polish.
for 36 minutes. Played on the Polish
Shout out to the Poles, man.
national team. His offense, he's still a little raw. He's got a ways to go, but Jeremy Sohan has a ton of potential.
Well, and you can see. Excuse me. He's not headed to the Knicks, Spike Lee. What are we doing here? But the Knicks, they're coming up. Their pick is coming up shortly, and also in the next segment, Chet Holmgren.
Wow. I'm at a loss for words right now. Sohan, SoCan, however you say his name. Again, I'm not good with last names, but wow. That's insane. That is crazy.
Listen, NBA players can reach anything, just like they assume they can't afford great insurance. But State Farm has rates that fit any budget.
Cervantes. Played on Polish national team. Bet, dude. Hey, it's always the international players. I feel like the international market, the teams, or the players that are coming in from overseas, they are. Oh, dude, it is interesting. But the players coming from overseas, they are just starting to become leaps and bounds on the same level as the talent in the United States. It's insane how global the game has gotten. I mean, like, look at Jokic, Luka, everything that they've done. Like I said, they've so many prospects come from Canada now these days too, which technically, yes, that's international. That's not the United States. But wow. Man, I would have thought Duran would be off the board. Now, who does... I need to refresh this. I'm refreshing my feed to see if I can... see if it pushes me a little bit further on the stream. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Wizzy. Hope you have an amazing night, and as well as a work day tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow, right? Yeah, it is Friday. So, but thanks for dropping by, man. Subscribe if you want to. We got all types of basketball content. And then I host a podcast, brand new podcast on the here called Courtesan Session. And Carl Heiser, who has been in the chat with us, he is going to join me on the next episode to talk about the NBA draft. So, but appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's always fun to meet new people, talk to new people. I have gotten to meet and talk to a lot of cool people through these streams. Oh, you did subscribe? Awesome, bro. Thanks. Appreciate that, man. You're the best. You're the real MVP tonight. Sweet. Okay, so what do we do? What are we doing now here, folks? What do we think? What do we think? That's insane.
Maybe they can do it one day too. Champion black businesses as we share the NBA finals stage together.
Okay, so Chick's cool with it. Living desperately needed a 4. Dude, I think the Grizzlies will do something good tonight. Even if it's at 22 and 29, I trust this front office with my life, bro. I gotta leave my son with them. 2-year-old son and be like, hey, can you watch him all day? Zach Kleiman? Tayshaun Prince? I'd have no worries. Okay, so the pick is in, but we're going to have to go through this whole programming that they have. I hate that. Just give me the picks, dude. Just give me the picks. I don't need all the flair. Give me the picks. Sure. Show highlights from them in college. Show their comps. It's whatever. Just, you know, talk about it for 5 minutes and then go to the next book. I don't even know what they're talking about right now. They're just talking about bigs. All right. Let's see who Washington goes with.
In the 2022 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select
Johnny Davis. Okay. Johnny Davis. So, wow. Duran is slipping. Duran's gonna slip. Imagine he's available at 13 for the Hornets. That would be crazy. That would be crazy, him being there at 13 for the Hornets. I don't think Cervantes would complain. I know. Cervantes would not complain in the slightest. I know he would love it if they drafted his boy Mark Williams, Cervantes being a Duke guy, but Jalen Duran is there. You got to go with Jalen Duran. That's just... Yeah, I agree, Carl. There's no way. If he's at 13, then that's where he's drafted at. He goes to Charlotte. That is the floor at which he will be drafted at. But let's see, upcoming picks. Okay, see? Maybe? I don't know. Who we got left? Who's still up on the board besides Duran? Come on! Oh my gosh.
All right, Knicks fans, listen up. It is your time. The time is now. Oh, see, look, the fans are in the building. They are standing up. They are standing up in anticipation of who the New York Knicks are gonna pick, and somewhere Spike Lee.
See, I'm like even further behind now, bro. I'm a minute and a half behind. I used to be like 30 seconds behind. I even updated this. Yeah, you're right when they took Chet. You're right. You're right about that. Duh. How could I forget? He was only the number 2 pick. He was only picked just a little bit ago. But yeah, I think you're right on that, Carl. So he's gonna go 13. They're doing the Bing Bong thing on ESPN. Come on, people. We're past the Bing Bong thing, okay? It took the internet by storm quite a few months ago. We are past the Bing Bong. We are past that. We're past that. I need Memphis to make that move to 14. I got a feeling somebody that they really want could be there. And the player that they really want is not going to make it through all of this. Unless they got Tyus Jones on the phone right now and it's like, bro, you re-signing? If they say no, then pull the trigger on the Kobe White and 18 trade. They're saying Malachi Branham. Let's see, Sumi Zhang. Sumane. Can't pronounce.
You know what? I got tired of jinxing. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? I jinxed my bigs. That's enough. I figure I'll go in another direction.
Well, again, it's getting louder and louder in here because the Knicks are getting closer and closer to picking who is going to be in the Garden next season. You mentioned Kemba Walker.
I feel like there's a lot happening. My phone is blowing up right now. Yes, stay on the call. Shut up. I'm going to switch over to Twitter just real quickly. Because my phone is blowing up right now.
Hang on to your butts. The pick is in. Who are the New York Knicks going to take? Let's find out from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Zhang, okay.
With the 11th pick,
What?
2022 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Ousmane Dieng from Bordeaux.
Ousmane Dieng. Okay, thank you, Carl. Thank you, Ousmane Dieng. I knew the Zhang wasn't like Dieng. I knew it was Zhang. Okay, but here's what I'm seeing. What was you saying? The Knicks are trading the number 11 a pick to OKC. They're trading Dieng to OKC. Multiple first-round picks. What? Wait. What is going on right now? What are the trades? I need Woj on the TV right now to explain me everything that's happening right now. Because Zhang is he's not going to be a Knick, But are the Knicks getting 12? Or does OKC get 12 and 13? Or 11 and 12?
Yeah, Malika, the 11th pick is headed to Oklahoma City. The Knicks have traded Ousmane Dieng, the French forward who played for the New Zealand Breakers last season, to the Thunder. I'm told that the Knicks will get back multiple first-round picks moving forward, and Oklahoma City is back on the clock at number 12.
Oh my gosh!
Malika, talk about some length now.
Sam Presti, you madman! Sam Presti, you mad lad of a man. Oh my gosh, bro.
This is an upside pick for the Thunder here. When you look at his last 10 games of the season in New Zealand, 36% from three, 51% from the field. And here's another player.
Wow. We finally have a trade tonight. We finally had a trade tonight. Ousmane Dieng. Ousmane. From Memphis, call him Ousmane.
This is an upside pick, and now you've got two big guys with ultimate length here.
Wow. Okay, that was the strangest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Which means he is going to be teaming up with the guy who just sat down next to all of us. That is Chet Holmgren, who is also headed to Oklahoma City. Congratulations,
Thank
Chet.
you very much.
How are you feeling in this moment now?
Can't even describe it. I got 0 words for the 1,000 emotions that I'm having right now, but they're all very good.
Man, Chet is iced out.
Oklahoma City, just first reaction.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening right now.
One, get in there, get into Oklahoma City, having my press conference, for all the fans and the fan base.
So, wow.
And then secondly, get into work.
So this means that OKC is going to have 3 lottery picks. That's crazy. Wow.
What do you got for the big fella?
You know what? I'm just going to tell you to be ready. I know that you are, and when I say be ready, when I think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's a first-class organization.
Okay.
From top to bottom. Player performance, when you talk about guys like Donnie Strack, who's in the athletic...
I need to scroll back up here, Carl, and see who you had going. Well, you had SoCan going 12, so... So... Man, yeah, Woj confirmed that the Knicks still have the 12th pick. It is not a part of the trade deal. Wow. Which then again, you could be like, I will give you 3 first-round picks if you allow me to keep 12. Sam Presti's got the ammo to burn, you know? He doesn't have to wait to shoot until he sees the white of their eyes. He's just spraying and praying up there. Bro. Wow. This is crazy.
Hell of a player. I'm proud of him and I'm happy for him. But when I heard my name, it was nothing but excitement, and I'm ready to get to work.
Yo, Phil, I want to ask you this: where do you get the confidence?
Okay.
And the swag from?
I'm seeing more tweets from Woj, and I have to be careful, man. It could be a trade. It could be a pick. I don't want it too spoiled for me. So, Carl, this will definitely be talked about on the podcast. This trade. Multiple first-round picks. Wow. Man, Carl, your mock was doing really well, and then Jalen Duren, I feel like you can blame the Spurs. Blame Chick Spurs for screwing that up. Because I feel like that was them.
I'm looking forward to meeting all of them, getting to work with all of them. Those are my new brothers. But I've been speaking to Josh a little bit throughout this process.
Ousmane Dieng. Okay, the pick is in. They're still talking to their first pick of the night. Oh, wait, they got 4. They're gonna have 4 first-round picks. I forgot about that. Oh no, wait, do they? No, the 30th pick went to Denver in the Jermichael Green trade. I forgot about that. Well, I guess technically they'll pick another time tonight after this one, because for whatever reason the NBA season is.
What do we think? What are we recording here? Is this? Oh, it's the hat.
Yep. I gotta get the hat on there. I got the whole fit together.
Yeah. When
I'm just listening to Chet's interview right now.
As the seven was my number with USA when we won gold last summer. You know, I'm big on betting on myself, so I had to put the dice on the chain.
You roll the dice, you bet on yourself. What number are you going with in Oklahoma City?
I don't know yet. Does anybody wear 34?
Well, if you do, there's some interesting bets that happen in the NBA for players over who gets the number. If someone does, and I don't know off the top of my head, what are you willing to put on the line to get number 34?
I'm gonna have to do some thinking about that.
Okay, but don't worry because
Okay, what's the pick? What's the pick? I like Chet, but come on, let's get...
congratulations. Thank you so much. Headed to Oklahoma City. Thank you for spending the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What's the pick?
Exactly. Don't negotiate against yourself.
I feel like Adam Silver is just sitting in a back room somewhere with the card, and he's just waiting on the producers from ESPN to be like, hey.
Teammate, let's head to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Okay, he's walking, and I see the green out of the... Jalen Williams, okay.
With the 12th pick in the 2022
Man, AJ Griffin sliding. Jalen Duren sliding. Jalen Duren doesn't slide anymore. Jalen Duren doesn't slide. Here, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way Jalen Duren slides here. Imagine if they take Mark Williams over him. Imagine if they take Mark Williams and then... Wow. I'm kind of rooting for that now. So that way Duren and Griffin are both there at 14. Maybe Memphis can move up to get one of them.
He's the first prospect drafted from Santa Clara.
Golly.
Steve Nash was taken 15th overall in the 1996 draft. You can see Steve Nash there. 12 games he played with 20-plus points last season.
First prospect drafted from Santa Clara since Steve Nash. Is your game MVP like Steve Nash? Well, one Jalen Williams is off the board in the first 2 rounds. The first 60 picks. Will there be another Jalen Williams that goes later? I had to bring it up, Carl. I had to bring it up. Woo pig, baby. Shout out to that Jalen Williams. It's a charge machine. It's going to draw them offensive fouls. Man, Cervantes is on a plane or something right now, or he's at least at the airport. He should... Oh, man, I'm on Twitter right now, and it's dangerous.
Not quite dice, but 2022, they have 3 first-round picks in this draft. Not to mention, through 2027, they have 18 picks.
Just saw someone say Sam Presti playing 2K.
Sort of the great experiment for Sam Presti. Woj, why is that?
Malika, just the investment that Oklahoma City has made now in the NBA draft of gathering up assets and now turning them into young players.
Man.
Just 2 years into this rebuild, and you look now at the
Yeah.
talent they gathered. Josh Giddey, their
Charge Merchant. Yeah, that's right. Charge Merchant. Oh, man. That's funny.
number 2 in this draft, in addition to his
I like OKC's moves, though. They've been really good.
I think Sam Presti, Oklahoma City's GM, he scouted Chet Holmgren perhaps as much as any
I really like what OKC has done so far tonight. Especially because they have so many first-round picks. Like, what are you going to do with those first-round picks? Just package them all up and send them to someone like the Knicks, who could really use those picks. But then again, the Knicks really need young talent. So what are they going to do? They're just going to run it back next year? What are they doing? Is this the Knicks just throwing in the towel?
multiple first-round picks now through the next few years in salary cap space when they decide they want to get back involved in free agency.
Woj, thank you so much. Many
Woj was
first-round
talking
picks.
there, so I didn't know what was happening. So it's whatever.
At 30, that was a pick that comes from Phoenix, but now the Charlotte Hornets, they are on the clock. They're looking for someone to team up with just a
What's crazy though is like the Hornets don't even have to like go with a big here. They can roll the dice, and they can either get the big that they want, in Duren or Mark Williams, or they could take a wing or something, or another guard, maybe. Because I don't know. I feel like a wing for them. Definitely, even if it's the 15th pick, would be a good option, just from the fact that you want to try to move off of what's his face, Gordon Hayward. And of course, you don't know if Bridges is going to stay or not. So, but get ready to @ Cervantes in the chats. Tell him what happens. Okay. It's got to be Duran here, right? I feel like it's got to be Duran. Like like if Duran was gone, then it was going to be Mark Williams all along. But Duran is here. He's at pick 13. He's got to go. It's got to be him. Got a new Snapchat. I'm gonna look at it real quick. It's from some of the homies.
Well, just remember, they were right there. They were right in the play-in tournament. And look, you had to have.
Alright, it's got to be Duran though. Duran's got to be the one. Duran's got to be the one. Duran, Jalen Duran. Which I like that pick. Really do. Takes Hornets out of the Miles Turner sweepstakes, but it would be this would be the correct pick. This would 100% be the correct pick. I feel like trades will definitely ramp up after the draft, especially because what are we? We're just like what 2 weeks away from like technically the start of free agency. Crazy. It's absolutely crazy because it's really just like next week or a week and a half is when Summer League starts. NBA season does not slow down, man. I guess it technically does in the latter parts of July. Then you got August and September, which are pretty dead. Okay, so I saw the words trade on my phone. What's going on? What is going on? And I just saw one of my Detroit friends tweet. So what's happening? What's going on? Okay, so it's Jalen Duran, but I saw the words trade. I saw the words trade, and I saw one of my Piston friends tweet something. What is going on? Is it safe for me to look? I'm going to look. I'm going to look because of everything.
Well, we talked about him being a man-child. I mean, he is physically imposing. A guy who's 6'11" with a 7'5" wingspan.
What?
Solid rebounder, a very good rim protector.
This is from Woj. The Pistons are acquiring Jalen Duran at 13 in a trade. And then Shams, Hornets traded Jalen Duran to the Knicks. Who is it? Who is it? Which one is it? What is going on? Who did he get traded to? Charlotte traded him?
Absolutely. I look at him as a guy that's a rim protector, versatile defender that can switch 1-2-5s. And we talk about being a live threat at the basket, going dribble, handoff.
I'm seeing it's Detroit and New. Like, where did he get traded to?
Well, one thing that we talked about earlier is how much experience in playing against men can matter, and one of the reasons that he chose Memphis, right, was because of the experienced head coaching staff that had guys like Penny Hardaway, Larry Brown, Cody Topper, Rasheed Wallace. But guess what? He's headed to the Pistons. So,
who did he get traded to?
he will be headed to the Pistons, according to our Adrian Wojnarowski. So he is on the move as the Cavaliers get on the clock. And
They're saying on ESPN he got traded to the Pistons, but then Shams is saying he got traded to the Knicks. Who did he get traded to? We got a Woj and Shams battle right now.
full of talented big
Where is he going?
Look at this turnaround for them.
Where is he going?
Darius Garland, Jared Allen, who used to play in this building, the Fro. They were named All-Stars. Evan Mobley, runner-up for Rookie of the Year. You like
I need
Rookie of the Year,
answers.
Big Perk.
Neither of these two are backing down.
Excellent shot blocker. He really, really knows the game really, really well.
Yeah.
Great feel, great touch around the basket, athletic, runs the floor. But you know what? Shout out to Kobe Allman, Brandon Weems, the front office over there in Cleveland. The way
What is
the way
going
that they turned
on?
this around and hiring Coach Bickerstaff, getting him in place, and then the culture.
What is
We
happening?
haven't seen this type of culture since LeBron James was there. The way that they played last year, the way that they packed out the arena. So shout out to the front office of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, they lost
If the Pistons added Duren, then I stand by my statement that the Pistons are a must-watch team.
Well, I don't know about the piece that takes them over the top. They still have
Oh, the next pick just got spoiled for me.
looking for shooting.
Cervantes. Oh no, poor Cervantes.
You've seen Ochai Agbaji mentioned.
Kimball Walker to Detroit?
They're going to go with a big guy. You know, it's going to go. You think it'd be a wing. You think it'd be a wing or guard.
Oh no.
No, I don't.
Did they think they were
I
getting...
think they have to pick a wing at this light, right? You think they already got elite guard play. We don't know what the future holds.
Oh no. Did they get...
We know that you have a young star in Darius Garland. We do know that Evan Mobley is a young star on the rise. Karis LeVert. I mean, they plugged him in. Once he got situated and once he got into the flow of things, he was pretty great for him. Now you want that two-way defender.
Yep.
Right? Now you want to
Bruh, what is going on?
Gonna play his role.
What is going on with the draft? The draft is drunk.
But a guy that's going to provide, give you 15, 20 minutes a game.
I cannot pronounce this dude's name that just got drafted for the life of me. Let me find him on here. The dude from Kansas. I cannot pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. AJ Griffin is still on the board. Come on, climb in. Make a move, dog. Make a move. So, Kimball Walker's headed to Detroit. That sucks for Detroit.
He's probably the best shooter left on the board, along with Ochai Agbaji. But mentioned Malachi Branham, Mark Williams still available. I don't expect
Okay, so... Okay, so it looks like the Knicks acquired Jalen Duren and are moving Jalen Duren and Kimball Walker to the... Jalen Duren hasn't been in the league for 5 minutes and is on his third team.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has who the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to take.
Looks like... And...
14th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Ochai Agbaji.
Ochai Agbaji, that's how you say his name. I'm so confused. This is the drunkest I think I've ever seen the draft.
This young man has just had an absolutely remarkable rise. His father is from Nigeria. Both of his parents.
But good for Ajabi, dude. That's honestly like a pretty good situation.
Senior year of high school, an assistant coach at Kansas. Caught wind of him. He wound up there. He started in 116 games in 4 seasons at Kansas. The Jayhawks, obviously the 2022 national championship champions, and Agbaji was the Final Four.
Seen a lot of funny memes about Woj and Shams. That's hilarious.
He was being recruited by mid-major schools his senior year before Kansas got involved and snapped him up. He's what you call a 3-and-D guy in the NBA. He's athletic, a solid defender, but he can really shoot it. I wouldn't call him a shot creator, but he operates off screens, spacing the floor, and defensively, he's got a competitive edge to him. Shot 41% from 3.
Detroit's making moves, dog. Detroit is making amazing moves. Wow, that's incredible. Detroit is building something. I can't believe it. Bravo, Detroit.
He had against
My co-host in the background.
when the lights were on, and he's improved
Pacific
as a
Union.
shooter every single year. He's only a 70% free throw
Bro.
shooter, which is a little bit odd given what
This
a
has been crazy.
perimeter shooter he is, but he's started
We went from complete silence to complete chaos
And you can look and see
in this
your
draft.
improvement on your screen. I just want to say
I know AJ Griffin had some injury
mid-majors, it
concerns, but like,
Andy, I have to wrap
how
with the
bad
WCC
are those
here.
injury
All right,
concerns?
That's going to do it for the lottery portion, but we're going to come back with the rest of the first round after this.
Mixed bag. Kids Arkansas. That's right. I forgot about that. Ugh, tough.
I don't even know what to say. I can't believe what just happened.
It's a mix of 1,000 emotions.
See, it's the perimeter shooting that I like. The rest, I think, would come in time. Ty Washington Jr. That was insane to get through. I just wanted a clear answer.
Smell irresistible. The Axe Effect.
Wow.
In the future, we'll travel to incredible places with the help of magical technology. But what about today? I want my magical future now. I have places to go. Rocks to climb. Sights to see. And flights to
Okay,
catch.
I'm reading Twitter right now.
But in the meantime, let's enjoy the ride. We're getting that house we told you guys about.
You're buying a house?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just get VA loan
To the Pistons, man. The Pistons.
Well, my office
Man.
gives us free bagels.
They are.
But that's
Pistons making moves. Making money moves. It's crazy. So I want to know what the oh, the last time Charlotte traded the 13th pick, it didn't go well for them. Wow, it's showing Kobe. Oh, that's tough.
on ESPN and streaming.
I just saw the pick by the way. It got ruined. Cervantes is happy. Cervantes is happy. His NBA team got his boy Mark Williams. Got him a Duke. The Duke big. That's crazy. I can't believe it. Just reading a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the Pistons, Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren. Wow, that's just an insane. That's such a great draft. Like, that's an A+ right there.
So the lottery may be over, but the excitement is not. I want to shed some light on some first-round gems. Some
That's crazy.
diamonds, if you will, that were outside of the lottery. Kawhi Leonard, 15th. Jimmy Buckets Butler, and
So, that's 15. So 16's Atlanta.
a two-time MVP.
Is Atlanta going Tari Eason? Then, oh man, that is going to be disappointing. Memphis not able to move up to get him. And there's Mark Williams up on the board.
Hornets pick is in. Let's send it to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
I got no idea, Trey. I've got no idea.
The 2022 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select
The
Williams from Duke.
links in the chat if anyone wants to join.
Mark Williams headed to Charlotte. You can see him hugging his family there. He's not the only sibling to play. His older sister, Elizabeth, she was selected 4th in the 2015 WNBA draft by the Connecticut Sun. She used to bring him to the gym with her. And actually, she is missing a game. She got special permission
Mark Williams, that's a great pick, though. I feel like that's who they were going to go with anyway. I feel like they got to the pick we all kind of expected them to take. It just like instead of the straight line, they took a multitude of other lines to get there. How do I want the Grizzlies to pick? I wish they would kind of make a trade up. I'm not gonna lie, like AJ Griffin, Tari Eason, I feel like one of them has to go here to Atlanta, and those are kind of like the two guys I'd like them to get. I mean, there's other guys available. Everyone wants Kenny Chandler, but I want a rookie backup point guard. I could take a rookie wing, but as far as a point guard to do what he has to do to back up Ja. Now, Dalen Terry, though, that's a different story. I would take Dalen Terry. I would 100%. So it's like AJ Griffin, Tari Eason, Dalen Terry. Jovic, I think, would be hilarious to take. But I feel like it's just destiny to pass up on him and him go to 30. He has a sister in the WNBA? Didn't know that. Yeah, the reason why he's fallen is because there were some injury concerns, I think. And I think, but like his offensive ability is crazy. And maybe, I don't know. I know some people, I've seen some stuff where people are like, his defense isn't that great. Decision making, not too great. But, I mean, the way that he was shooting this past year, though, I don't know, man. Gotta take that. I feel like it would be Tari Eason here. Tari Eason. I feel like it would be Eason here. Just for the defense. Hawks need defense. Hawks need defense. Hawks...
Didn't imagine that he'd be in position to get either of them, but Ivy dropped, was not selected at number 4 by Sacramento. They were able to land him there. There had actually been conversations in Detroit about perhaps Jalen Duren at number 5 if Ivy wasn't there. And now the trade
wow.
Duren, and now all of a sudden you look at this rebuild in Detroit with Cade Cunningham, last year's number 1 overall pick, Jaden Ivey, perhaps the most dynamic.
Yeah, dude. Well, I was just talking about Detroit right now, and Detroit is going to be extremely dynamic. But Trey, those are probably, and then Beauchamp, I think, would be pretty good too. Those are kind of like the guys that I'm thinking that I'd like Memphis to get. Those are kind of the guys that I'm expecting them to get, or at least try to get, or I'd like them to get. Disappointing season for Atlanta. Kind of an understatement, I would say. Yeah, I'm seeing people pay Pistons ace the draft 100%. 100%. 100%. Oops. Hitting my microphone here. Trying to move my mouse around. Oh, pick is in. There goes AJ Griffin.
With the 16th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select AJ Griffin from Duke University.
AJ Griffin headed to Atlanta.
So I guess the Knicks don't care about picks. I guess they just cared about, I guess, going after Jalen Brunson then?
He's the son of Raptors assistant coach Adrian Griffin, who played 10 years in the league, and his sister Aubrey is a junior forward at UConn,
Man.
a powerhouse. His brother played at Syracuse.
Guys I like going off the board that I felt like were reachable for Memphis. Not at 22, but making a trade. I guess just Memphis couldn't get anything done. They talk too much trash in the offseason. They're like, nah, we're not trading you this. You're not lowly Memphis anymore. You had the second best record in the NBA. Screw you guys.
Put it on the deck for one, maybe two dribbles and pull up. He was in the 91st percentile as a shooter in college basketball last year. He's got a really good shot fake, and he's reliable on both ends. You wouldn't call him a spectacular run and jump athlete, but he's a good athlete. And his
Why did that basketball look fake that he was dribbling there? I know it was probably real, but it just the way it looked, it just looked kind of fake.
he's solid on both ends of the floor, but his shooting ability sets him apart here.
I mean, surprise,
I'd love to go to the. I'd like to go to the draft one of these days.
Paolo Banchero, Mark Williams, AJ Griffin, who might join them?
Look at that smile.
I know.
My wife texted me.
When everybody's drafted.
Well, you know why I am smiling right now? Because Jabari Smith Jr. is here with us. First of all, Jabari, congratulations. I know this is something that you have been working toward for years and years. Can you just describe, we saw your emotions, I'm sure some nerves in the green room.
Got Jabari up here.
Feeling when you heard your name called?
Okay, well,
Since I was 5 years old, so hearing my name called, it's like everything settled down and all the emotions came out. I told all my friends I wasn't gonna cry, but
excuse me.
I see my dad, my mom, and it was just
Getting tired.
I had to let it out.
It's almost 9 o'clock my time.
I'm going to preface this by saying Kendrick Perkins is from Texas, so
Okay.
be kind here. What are your impressions so far? Who have you heard from within the Rockets?
I talked to the general manager not too long ago, but I think I'm gonna talk to Jalen Green soon.
Man, though, dude, I don't know. It is kind of getting like, I don't know if worrisome is the right word about my Grizzlies right now.
Houston Rockets
Just
fans,
the
I
lack
know
of
they are right
movement.
now, obviously, after a little bit of a rebuild
Getting
the last couple
up
years,
to
when I say
here.
Houston Rockets fans,
They
I
traded
mean
that pick
Kendrick
away,
Perkins.
didn't they?
So this is your camera
No,
right
that's
over
theirs,
here.
isn't it, I
Can
think?
you tell Houston Rockets fans what
I don't know,
they
I get
did
confused.
and why they should be excited?
Because this is not updated at all. I have no idea what Memphis is thinking, unless literally everything that they were doing was just smoke and mirrors.
I love that you're coming in with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. You've been wired for sound tonight, so let's just take a listen to what you've had to say.
Hmm. Yeah, poor Jalen Duren, man. Just like,
With the third pick in the 2022 draft, the Houston Rockets select Jabari Smith Jr. from Auburn University.
they're just re-showing stuff that Jabari, like a conversation with his mom.
You said that you're coming in with a chip on your shoulder. I spoke to Jalen
Ugh.
moments after he was drafted last year, and he already said, I'm coming in with a chip on my shoulder because I should have gone number one, and now I'm going for that Rookie of the Year. What are you going for in your first year with that chip?
I'm trying to make the playoffs.
All right, well,
It's definitely in my eyes, but
unfortunately, I may have to end the stream, Trey.
that's how I was raised. That's just who I am.
I think I'm gonna have to call it a little early
If I'm coming into every game,
because I've got, since no one else from Vendetta is joining, it's just me, and I do have a late night tonight, so I'll just tweet about the draft. It's whatever, but I had a good conversation with the dude earlier. I'm glad he stopped by. But I think we're gonna call the stream. Thanks for watching, everybody.